Hey guys, Josh with Finishing Lines. Today we're going to be talking about our billet adjustable brake pedal assembly. We're going to go over why we created it, what problems it solves, and whether it's for you or maybe not for you. Okay, so first we're going to go over the reasons why we created this pedal to begin with. Now, although it's a very aesthetically pleasing part, we created it for more reasons than it to just be pretty. So the idea for this was to solve a common problem that you probably all either heard about or run across. I did a brake booster delete, converted to manual brake system. Now my pedal feels very, very hard. So although a lot of this problem can be addressed through master cylinder bore sizing, a lot of this complaint comes from very large master cylinder bore sizes being the ultimate cause. There are combinations of bore size and calipers that at some point the only option is to add some pedal ratio to appropriately address the issue. So your factory pedal ratio is 4:1. Now this pedal assembly has 6:1, 7:1, and 8:1 ratios, and this is gonna let you select an optimal pedal ratio for your exact setup. Okay, so now we're gonna go over what systems we intended this to be used for, and what systems we did not intend this to be used for. So first of all, this was intended to be used with brake booster deleted manual brake systems. In these systems, the difference in pedal ratio could help you depending on what bore size you have, what caliper pistons you have, number of pistons, piston size, etc., where different pedal ratios could benefit you in different ways. This was not intended to be used with stock master cylinder booster setups. In those systems, the 4:1 pedal ratio was designed to be used with the booster assist so that they could work together properly. Okay, so now we're gonna go over how we actually achieve those ratios. Okay, so we're gonna go over the pieces that make the brake pedal adjustable. So basically, when we're adjusting the ratio, we are effectively adjusting the fulcrum point of which we push on the master cylinder push rod. So we have two different clevis pieces. This one in this position would be 8:1. If you flip it over, it's 6:1. And this would be 7:1, and as you can see, this is in the center, whereas this one has an offset pin position. So for an 8:1 position, this would be at the top, and it would fit in to the back side of the pedal like this, and then it's secured from the front with two screws. If you want to get your 6:1, then you would slide it out, turn it around, and the two screws go back in, and then swap it out entirely with this pin if you want to get your 7:1. Okay, now we're going to go over how you actually install the billet brake pedal into your factory pedal box or bracket assembly. So for demonstration purposes, we have the entire billet adjustable brake pedal assembly installed into the factory stamped steel pedal box or bracket, removed from the vehicle on the bench so that we can see. To install, you'll remove all of the factory brake pedal components, retain this single through bolt, then slide the entire billet adjustable brake pedal assembly up into the bracket, put the through bolt back through, the nut on the back side, and torque spec. Then you'll want to throw this supplied bolt up into the bolt hole in the chassis. You'll also want to install this brake return spring and tab. To install the tab, remove the brake switch, slide it over the hole, thread the brake switch back in and adjust properly. Then install the return spring. This will allow for the return spring to do its job returning the pedal to the home position. Okay, just a few quick install notes on installing it into the chassis. So the pedal box assembly is now bolted into the chassis using the 4 booster delete nuts and studs and the single nut on the throttle cable side. And then, as we went over earlier, the supplied bolt that goes up into the chassis. Then we are going to thread our master cylinder push rod into our Heim joint that's in the back of our clevis that we talked about that selects our adjustment. These are your front screw holes for the clevis to secure to the pedal. Tighten down your jam nut once you have your adjustment proper. And then it's installed and ready to use. Okay guys, well, we hope you enjoyed the video and the explanation of how we've gone about creating a solution for a problem that existed in the community with creating this billet adjustable brake pedal. If you have any other questions about use, operation, or installation, you can shoot us an email at sales@finishing-lines.com. We'll be happy to help with any other questions you might have. Thanks for watching.